adventure in Pipeman on W4CY Radio.
This is the Pipeman here on the Adventures Pipeman W4CY Radio, and I'm here with
Cameron Johnson from Microtonal.
Nice. And I have to say, I didn't bring it today. You should see my battle vest.
Yeah.
I have it back at the hotel. It's all handmade, homemade, from back in the 80s.
Hell yeah.
And most of what you have on there are my favorite bands because I'm a total thrash metalhead.
Oh, great.
So I have on my vest, I'll show you, I have a picture actually, but it has Slayer on there, but not a patch because they didn't have a patch yet at the time. Okay. And then basically I drew all over it.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I drew Exodus, but it's the original Exodus logo.
Oh, that's great. That looks so cool.
Right?
Yeah, that's proper old school. Yeah, absolutely.
Look, there's the front. Yeah. I mean, there's the back, and then I'll probably do the front.
Yeah.
And I drew all that shit on there.
Hey, well, that's a great job. It looks like a patch, do you know what I mean?
Right.
Absolutely. Love the Metallica patch as well.
There's the front.
Oh, yeah.
As you can see, it's been through some wars.
Yeah. Through all the pits.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So we didn't really have a multitude of patches back then, so you just did it your own.
Exactly, yeah.
So I was I have SOD like you have on there. Yeah. I noticed that. I noticed the SOD one right off the bat.
Yeah, exactly. I was quite a rare one. I'm very thankful. This is kind of like one of the first battle jackets I got made. My girlfriend made it for me, thankfully. And
nice.
I kind of went through. I kind of had a look on eBay and all the different places, and I would just see all these cool patches, especially from back. The Mexicans love cool thrash metal patches. Always coming from Mexico or Poland.
Right.
And I just would get a bunch of them, just send them over to Belfast, and just kind of again all sewn it on. But a lot of them as well are because they're all weird shapes, so trying to sew it on was quite difficult.
Yeah.
There's all really weak corners and things like that. So. But yeah, the SOD one, I immediately seen that, and I was like, I need to have that, represented, because crossover thrash in particular, I've got DRI as well.
Oh, I love DRI. I have DRI on my vest too.
Yeah, we were very fortunate enough, Microtonal, we supported DRI last month.
Really?
They played Belfast and Dublin, and we were the opening band, and it was surreal, because they're one of my favorite.
I remember when they grew their hair out.
Yeah, I know. Exactly. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I know they grew their hair out, and they had big beards and.
Yeah, they were one of my favorites too. And back in the beginning, you couldn't go to a DRI show if you were a long hair.
Yeah.
Because crossover didn't happen yet, and punks couldn't go to metal shows. It was so stupid. Yeah. We're similar music. We were both getting bullied by the jocks.
Yeah.
Just band together, and they finally got smart.
Yeah.
And DRI is the reason. Once they started growing their hair out, Suicidal changed. COC changed. Yeah. Everybody started changing.
Yeah.
And
they were the guys that gave it the OK sign.
Exactly.
It's okay to do that.
Exactly. And you got the Sepultura
hat. Yeah.
Did you know this is their last ever UK performance?
I did, yeah, because I have not been able to catch Sepultura, for whatever reason. Anytime they've been to anywhere in the UK or Belfast or wherever, I've not been able to catch them, so I'm making it my mission to be I need to see Sepultura before it's too late. It's funny because they're playing in Dublin on the Sunday in 2 days time, and I had tickets, and then we found out that we were playing here. We won through the Metal to the Masses competition.
That's fucking cool.
And we were given all weekend passes to come, so we were like, we won't be able to see them in Dublin, but here, we get to see them at Bloodstock, so
that's even better.
It worked out well, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your band, not from a genre point of view, but how you, the artist, view your band as how you want to paint the picture of your music.
Yeah, so the band got started less than 3 years ago, and I just formed it. It was one of them things that literally is so cliche. I formed it with my friend. We both loved thrash metal. We both loved both loved death metal, and we were just like, hey, do you want to start a band? He played bass, I played drums, and just started from there. He has a brother, Aidan, who's our lead guitarist. He joined, and it kind of just, we found Marty, our vocalist, and Aaron, our other guitarist, just kind of naturally we were looking for other guys to join, and they joined, and I think it just happened so naturally and organically, and it took a while to kind of get fully started, but then once we did, we've just kind of been on an upward trajectory. And but what's good about us is, we're obviously based, we're focused heavily on thrash metal and death metal. We call ourselves Irish Death Thrash,
Nice.
And but I think everyone in the band kind of has different paths from where they've came from. Like, for example, Aidan, our guitarist, he's big into, his favourite band's Megadeth and Judas Priest, who are playing on Sunday, but he also loves a lot of like the kind of shredder guys, Steve Vai, Joe Satriani, so a lot of his solos can sometimes be quite like kind of that edge to it that, maybe not other kind of thrash solos have. And Marty, his favourite bands are like Pantera. He loves like a lot of the sludgier stuff like Crowbar and things like that. So I think his vocals, he always thinks he kind of comes from a kind of more sludgier background, but I think it works perfectly for what we do, and so it's, although we're kind of based in thrash metal predominantly, I think every kind of member brings a little kind of slice of a different sort of subgenre to kind of make up what we are,
Absolutely, and that's the whole basis of thrash. I talk about it all the time.
Yeah.
The big four of thrash were not anything alike.
Yeah, none of them sound anything like each other, and that's what's
because
good.
You bring other elements in.
Yeah.
And I've been talking about it today, like Slayer, Lombardo was a punk, Hanneman was a punk, Kerry was a metalhead, and Tom didn't even know what metal was.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
So that's what creates that great music.
Yeah, absolutely, yeah. I think if you go in kind of trying to replicate something, and you all listen to the exact same bands, you're just going to end up sounding something that's already been,
Yeah, I see it now. A lot of bands, they like use this formula to make music, and that's not what metal's about.
Absolutely, yeah, and especially with us, I personally speaking, I might be biased, but a lot of our songs definitely, again, have similar sort of feel. It's definitely thrash metal, but every sort of song has a bit of something different. And I think with us, definitely with our debut EP that came out in Halloween there in October, if you love thrash metal, it'll be your thing. But there's always a bit of, bits of prog, bits of black metal, bits of everything that you can like, bits of hardcore punk, that kind of are all sprinkled in it. So it's not just like straight up thrash metal. We do try to keep it old school and try to keep it, back to its core. But as you said, thrash metal was made up of so many different things. So I think we do a good job of trying to kind of, emulate that, definitely.
I love it. What was that first moment in life that got you into being a metalhead?
What was it, sorry?
What was that first thing in life that got you into being a metalhead?
I don't know why, but my dad, when I was about 5, showed me One by Metallica with the music video, and it was one of them things. I didn't understand it. I had no idea what was going on, but there was something about it I absolutely loved. And so literally from that point on, from about 5 or 6, I was just dedicated to Metallica. They're still my favourite band now, and Lars Ulrich's my favourite drummer, which a lot of people might find a bit crazy, but but then ever since then, and my dad, I'm very fortunate. I come from a very musical family. My dad was into definitely more like heavier stuff, and my mum, she was kind of more into kind of like the sort of British indie music and things like that. But my dad, especially when it comes to forming this band, and he's a drummer as well, and I'm a drummer, so I kind of learned a lot from my parents and from my dad. And he showed me again like the likes of Metallica and Megadeth and Slayer, all the big four. And then from there, I kind of then went deeper into what I love now, Demolition Hammer and Exodus and Sodom and Creator and all bands like that. So I've been very musical from a very young age.
Nice. So what else do you want the listeners to know about your band that we haven't covered already, and what you have coming up in the future?
We've got some new music coming out. I don't know a definite date, but we will have new music out by the end of the year. So if you haven't followed us on Microtonal on Instagram or any of the social media platforms, and definitely keep an eye out for that. And again, you can find us on Bandcamp at Microtonal, and we're on all the streaming platforms and anything like that. In terms of gigs, we've got a few kind of local shows coming up in Belfast and things like that, but we definitely want to try and this is our first time playing in England, and so we kind of definitely want to push the boat out and get to as many UK dates as possible, and hopefully beyond.
Yeah, there you go.
Thanks so much.
You guys rock.
Thank you very much. Yeah,
thank you for being here at Bloodstock, and thanks for being on the Adventures of Pipeman.
Yeah, absolutely, man. Thank you so much. Cheers.
You got it.
Thank you for listening to the Adventures of Pipeman on W4CY Radio.